I just don't think anyone should have that much power or that much responsibility with something. Like I do not think, because one little thing can change everything.
We can time travel theoretically.
You could go ride a horse now.
Yeah, but I can't really be a cowboy now.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Buy a cowboy hat for like a tenner off of eBay.
Unlike what you did.
Yeah, okay. Right. The story behind that one is that when me and Jack went Vegas, I bought a £300
Cowboy
hat.
Hello and welcome
Hello.
to Not So
Not so real.
Real.
Not so real. I'm in a musical mood.
I
don't know why.
I can tell.
Can you tell with my...
It's all the jingles that you're coming out with right now. Welcome to episode, 21?
21 million.
We'll go with 21.
This is 21 millionth episode. This is what it is.
Do you know this is ending in episode 25?
What?
Yes.
What?
There's a clanger for you. Open the
Crazy.
podcast up with that.
I know, that's sad news. Play some sad music.
Is it?
No, that's no. You need like like Mad World, like all around me. Do you know that one? Do you know that one?
I do know
like,
it. Of a million faces, worn out places. So we're ending season 2 on episode 25.
Sad times.
And here's the next conundrum. We don't know when we'll be back.
No, we don't.
It's not been cancelled.
No, well, they didn't. They try to cancel us up there. No one can cancel us.
They're not cancelling it.
Me and Jack can't get cancelled. We can't do it.
It's more like we're working on new material.
Yeah, exactly.
And if there is any material that we haven't covered in the last 2 seasons of this podcast, so what we're going away, but we are launching more podcasts.
Hell yeah, we are.
We are launching a brand new pod. We are still working on the finalisation, and it won't just be me and you.
No, it won't. We'll have somebody else.
We don't know who yet. That's
we don't.
yet to be decided.
I'm hoping it's like
a female.
Jack Whitehall. No. Oh yeah, female. Sure.
I think a very like light, vibrant voice would do as well.
I think that would.
Did you say Jack Whitehall?
Yeah, I like Jack Whitehall.
That'd be just a dick fest,
and
mate.
His dad.
I think I'd prefer his dad to actually having Jack Whitehall.
No,
Michael Whitehall is a living legend.
Have them both. If you don't have, you got to have one or the other. Both. You need both.
But we would just hand over to them. We'd be like, "Hi, welcome to the Jack Whitehall podcast."
It's like Jack and
here's Jack.
Jack and Lee.
And Michael.
I don't know. Who fucking knows? But
anyway,
we're gonna.
We have some details that are TBC, but for now, shall we get on with the episode we're actually here for? Yeah. We're talking about your favourite film today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
I think we should just not say the title and see if anyone gets it.
Yeah, okay. Should we say it, or do you not want to say it because I want people to guess?
I think we leave it here. Guess now. In your heads, guess now with this clue. Have you got any impressions you can do?
Okay. And then there's Doc, you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Okay, any more?
And then what's that other one? What's the other one where he's like hello, McFly? Anybody in there, McFly? Hello.
Okay, so if you've not guessed it, it's Back to the Future.
Yeah,
I'm joking. It's Star Trek. Anyway,
what?
No, it's Back to the Future. It's fine.
Yes.
I thought though I wanted to test your knowledge on Back to the Future.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah. Okay. So this is your favourite film.
It is, but
of all time.
I haven't seen it in a while. So
no. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. But
oh God,
I got some trivia knowledge. You need to tell me if it's true or false.
I'm not very good at trivia knowledge.
No, but it's about your favourite film.
Oh, okay.
How many times have you seen this film?
A fair few.
Yeah, quite a lot.
But I've got bad memory. I don't even know your birthday.
That's absolutely fine. I don't know yours.
April.
June?
Same.
Is it? No, yours is November.
Yeah, yours is... some month.
Is yours the 21st of November?
Well, that's close. But no.
24th?
Let's not tell people my birthday.
When is it?
But what I will say is, give me the fucking question.
Okay, so Back to the Future was almost called Spaceman from Pluto. True or false?
Yeah, that's true.
You sure?
Yeah, it's true.
You sure?
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know that it's true?
Yeah, I know it's true.
Okay, that is true.
Yeah. So,
The film-
I knew it. I full went in and I told you that I knew that.
Who
Shazam.
made it not so?
What do you mean?
Who made it so it wasn't called Spaceman from Pluto?
What? There was a person who didn't make it. Not.
Yeah.
Probably Steven Spielberg.
It is Steven Spielberg. He sent an email to the guy who was like, I think we should call it Spaceman from Pluto, and went, that's a funny joke, keep them coming. And that was it.
See,
just to tell him to go away.
I don't even need to guess. I'm so knowledgeable because I love Back to the Future. So.
Next question. That's 1 point.
What do you mean that's 1 point? That's 2.
No, it's 1. That was just a guess.
I answered
that
2
was an
That is 2
additional
points for
question.
fucking Gryffindor
These
over
are
here.
these are true or false. The film was considered a risk due to it involving time travel.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna say yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay, it's true.
So, yeah, see,
Disney rejected it because of incest.
not true.
True.
Oh, that's true. Well, Disney went nah. He's gonna try and kiss his mum.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Literally, because he woke up in his mum's bed and she was like, I want to snog you. And they said,
I saw your name, Calvin Klein.
imagine trying to snog your mum and telling kids to go and see it.
Oh, baby.
Absolutely not.
Baby. He didn't actually try and snog his mum. His mum tried to
No,
snog him.
his mum tried to snog him, but that still counts as a bit of
And he
incestuous
was like,
behaviour.
Doc, my mum's after me, man.
Yeah, but in the car, it was a bit, bit...
Yeah, but he was not. You could see that he was never leading it up. But then Disney have just bought Star Wars and fucking Luke and Leia are fucking full on snog.
Yeah, all right,
So,
all right,
you know.
all right.
Just saying.
In Back to the Future, one of the older scripts, the time machine was a fridge.
No, that's not true.
It's true.
No, that can't be true.
Imagine
That
that being
can't
a
be
time
true.
machine.
Doc, you're telling me you built a time machine out of a fucking fridge freezer?
Imagine how the fuck would time travel work? 88 miles an hour! Right, catapult it. Fuck it.
The temperature's got to be minus 88. You just
Degrees.
die when you're fucking...
Oh, imagine it was meant to be like
Temperature needs to be minus 18, Marty.
88.8 degrees.
88.8 degrees.
Imagine, I think it was meant to be like a time capsule, so you got in and shut the door, and then you opened up the door again and you were somewhere else. Like Narnia, but with a fridge.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
The boy, the girl, and the Bosch freezer.
I don't know if it's a great title, to be
Like
honest
the
with
witch
you.
in the wardrobe. It's the boy, the girl, and the fridge freezer. Boom. Tom Wilson, do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, that's Biff.
Oh, I fucking love Biff.
Do you
bro.
do the?
Hello, McFly.
There we are, Biff.
Hello.
He used to carry around a card that answered every fan question ever and just hand it out to people.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's
to be
true.
Fair. That actually sounds about right. I think I did actually see something of him doing that to somebody. And it
I
was
think
like,
that's so, like, how famous must you think you are to do that?
he is, because he's Biff from fucking Back to the
Yeah,
Future.
but like, you have to get those printed. Imagine going to somebody and being like, look, I'm just so famous that I want this on a card I can hand to people. And I've read the card, and there are things like, no, I don't get on with this person. I do like Marty McFly as a human being. Michael J. Fox is amazing.
Love Michael J. Fox.
And he just wrote out random sentences about people that he worked with and how the car flew and everything. So people would just read the card and go, oh, okay, and
I
hand
want
it back
that.
to him.
Can someone give me that card? I'd
What
like
the
that
fuck
card.
would you write on it?
What I would write about...
Hi, I'm Lee. Yes, I've got bad tattoos.
No, I want to read the card. I'm not saying I'd have a card for myself yet. Hi, this is Lee. This is all the questions you need to know. Yes, I'm mentally unstable. Yes, I get tattoos for it. Free. Yes. That's it. Just yes to everything.
Yes, I had Tinder Gold. Yes, I did.
Oh.
Imagine hearing that
Who
on a
had Tinder
card.
Gold? Biff had Tinder Gold.
Biff would have had the old version of Tinder Gold. Well, absolutely.
He made Tinder Gold.
He inspired
Back to the
Tinder
Future
Gold.
2. He had his own like future and all that. He made Tinder Gold.
Do you think if you've got Tinder Gold, side question, you're a little bit sad?
The people that have Tinder Gold, I'm not going to say it's sad. I'm just saying that maybe spend your money on more things, you know?
Buy subscriptions to like protein shakes.
Or just bras. I mean, anything else, like gyms. Anyway,
gyms are less. Gyms are less than
Yeah,
Tinder Plus.
Exactly.
Tinder
So,
Gold is there in Tinder Plus?
I don't know.
Probably.
I really don't know.
You can go to
Probably.
like Pure Gym for £20 a month, or you can sit
Or you
and
can sit there
look
and
at girls you won't ever.
swipe. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, moving on. Side note completed.
Love that.
I want to talk to you about time travel theories.
Okay, fire away.
Because
how many points did I get? Like, I got like 25, right?
Okay, no, these are no points. You got about 3.
Yeah, but like the other ones were all like just trick questions. So
They weren't. They were all true, and you got them all. You got
didn't get
2
them
or
all
3 of them
wrong.
right.
I
Okay,
I
you
know
got the
some
first
things.
one right. You got the bonus question right. We're not counting that.
That is a question.
You got the second question right,
Yeah.
and then you got
The rest of
the
them.
rest
right.
of
I know.
them wrong. Yeah, so
No.
that's 2 out of 5. Congrats, that's your
No,
favourite film.
3 out of 5. And also, I know films about the film, not, you know.
No, if it was 3 out of 5, it was 3 out of 6.
Yeah, it was 3 out of 6. 50%.
God
you know.
knows, I don't care. You didn't get them all right. It's not
It's
your favourite film.
It's a pass.
It's a C.
Exactly, pass.
It's better than most grades I got at school. Anyway.
brother.
Oh, brother.
Oh, right.
So, you know, there's this all cinema, what is the word is?
You fucking
Cinematographic.
what?
Cinematic.
Speak English! Say again.
There's a cinematic argument on how we should really do time travel. If you look at Avengers
Yeah,
Endgame,
they've got Endgame has
they
their, like,
take
theory.
the mick out of Back to the Future, okay? And the 2 theories are the Jermaine Tobar theory called What Happened Happened,
Mm.
and the Robert Zemeckis. I'm going to go with Rob's theory of
Rob.
string
Go
theory.
with Rob.
Go with
Yeah,
Rob.
I
This
like
one
Rob.
looks pretty hard on the prep.
Love Rob.
String theory. Okay, so what happened theory is, despite what happens in the past, the universe will self-adjust to recalibrate around the event. String theory is when you change the past, you create an alternate dimension. So most time travel films follow string theory of if you change the past, it then changes every event after that, and it creates another timeline.
Yeah, like for example, like this is just like, I don't know, they stopped the assassination of Abraham Lincoln or something,
Yeah.
right? That would cause an effect because sorry, my words. Abraham Lincoln would still be alive and do things differently compared to when he got shot and then somebody else came into power, and then it would cause that timeline.
In Back to the Future, because that follows string theory of when you change the past, you create an alternate dimension. So when they go back and he gives Biff the almanac, the sports almanac, and
for
he
the second film, yeah.
and he
yeah, yeah.
becomes really, really rich.
And then when he goes back to the future, sorry, then the world has changed.
Yeah, so with what happened, that would never happen.
Yeah.
So Back to the Future relies on string theory of the different dimensions occurring. My question to you,
Fire.
how do you think it works?
What, time travel?
Yeah. Do you think if you change the past, you change the future? Or do you think things are just set in stone? Like whatever your fate is, it's already decided and you're just going to get there somehow?
Have you seen Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban?
I have.
Do you remember the scene with the time turner and they have to go back in time to try and like help out themselves when,
I do.
when they were doing the stuff with like a Sirius
Hermione's
Black and
got the necklace.
yeah, a little time thing. So when we originally watched that happen, there was stuff that was already happening, like for example, like there was like stones being thrown at them and all this and all that. I think if there was any sort of time travel, like the events would, whatever's happening would be happening there and then you'd have to go back and follow. Wouldn't follow, but everything would all happen in the same thing. Like it would all be in one big circle of what's going on. So, for example, let's take Prisoner of Azkaban. They did the film, and then they were in the hut with Hagrid, and then stones get thrown at them, and they were like, "What? Why is the stones being thrown?" And then that's when they saw, like, Dumbledore coming down because they were going to like kill the fucking Hippogriffin or whatever it's called. Obviously, for that, that was already a thing that was happening in the event. So these people you'd live through whatever's going on, and then if you time travel back, you know what's going on and you know what you have to do, and it's going to be like if you don't do that, it like you would anyway because it's a complete circle.
So here's where my brain fucks up there. Does that mean the future already exists?
I think so, yeah, it must do. There must be some sort of like, well, in my head with some time travel, there's a line and we're all going along it, you know? And I think I don't think we can change that. I think that's why we haven't got time travel, because I don't think there is a chance of us going back and changing anything, because I think we're on just one continuous line.
But what I'm saying is, in that Harry Potter film, they had stones thrown at them before they travelled back in time to throw the stones.
Yeah.
So, must all futures and pasts exist at once? Because they've had to have lived that moment and then gone back and throw stones.
Yeah.
To know they had to go and throw stones and that would make an effect.
True. That's very true. That's fucked. I don't even know. Like it must do. Everything must just all happen at once in certain things. It must do. You're completely right. Because at the end of the day, I don't even know how to explain it. Because it's all timey-wimey.
That there is string theory. Because they've gone back and that there is what happened. Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah.
Because they had stones thrown at them, and they went back and then they threw the stones, right? To distract them from something else. So no matter what happened, that was always going to happen to make the outcome. So Harry Potter is very much about there is an ending and there is a fate.
Yeah.
And no matter what you get up to, it's already set.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
You believe that, like, if someone went back in time, I don't know, killed Hitler early, it would do changes to different things.
Yeah, I think if somebody went back in time and created a huge, not even like a huge change, like a massive change, it could be something like.
Isn't that like the butterfly effect? Isn't it? Isn't there something like where
one small change
you could kill a butterfly? You could go back into prehistoric times, kill a butterfly, and that would be like the inexistence of butterfly. But then you go back in time and everything could be completely changed because that one event from what that was has changed everything leading up to your moment now.
Yeah, I think so. Butterfly effect is just one small change over time creates a bigger change. It's like me turning around to you and saying, don't worry about anything, whatever you do, go home tonight and buy a bingo card and make sure it's this number.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, okay. And then you go home and you buy that card. And then you win a small amount of money.
Because
and then
the thing is, like, if you turn around and told me that and you knew the future and you told me to buy that and I'd win millions, right, what would I do with my money could affect different things. Like, it could or couldn't. Like, for example, I could. Like, for example, if... this is just a random thing. If I was a billionaire and I bought, like, a private jet or something, and then... I don't know, I crashed it into somewhere I shouldn't have,
exactly.
or something like that, or something like that. Like, there's always going to be a chain of effect that something might happen from the action that you've done before.
It could be that from that bingo card you become a millionaire, you invest in stocks and shares, you become a billionaire, you move house, you solve global warming. All from me telling you to buy a bingo card
exactly.
tonight.
And,
so that small event there has become this huge thing where you've saved the planet. So that's a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
And I believe in that too. I believe that if we were to time travel, I think we would have alternate dimensions because one choice can affect everything. But the same in your day.
Do you think, right, I know that sounds the way it does, do you think we're in one right now? Do you think, like, something's happened before? Like, for example, like, maybe we're still in the world that... I obviously use this as an example, it's such a big one. But imagine if Hitler won the war. Right?
Yeah.
Imagine if we have been for the last 40 years, or let's say 200 years, we've been doing that, and then someone travelled back in time and made us win the war, and we're living in that timeline now.
That would be mental, because we wouldn't know what happened.
This is what I'm saying to you. Like, we would never know. So Hitler could have won the war, right? And then... let's just say like 200, 300 years later, there's people that are out there like, actually, do you know what? Like, I wish that never happened. And then they built a time machine because obviously it's like 300 years in the future and they've got the technology. And they
went
go back, change history, and that'd become. We would never know the difference.
Do you think it would be too dangerous to actually let somebody make it?
What, a time machine? Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
because
hands down. Like, you don't know what. I say this right now. I love the concept of time travel. I love like Back to the Future. I love Doctor Who. I love anything time travel related. I just love it. Like I do think it's really cool. But like Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility, and I just don't think anyone should have that much power or that much responsibility with something. Like I do not think, because one little thing can change everything.
If that's the theory that works.
Yeah, but I think it's true. Like I do sometimes believe, like in my head, I do think we're on one line and doing everything else. But I think you've actually convinced me differently. Like I think you've said all of this out loud, and I've said, do you know what? Actually, I'm going to change my mind, because even in Back to the Future that happens, and I'm a bit like, oh, would it though? But then clearly it would. Your changes are going to make a big difference to what later on in the future. So, what do you think, Jack? Do you think they should build a time machine?
I think yes, but I think there should be like a council of people that can use it. I think if there's... So look at climate change right now, and you've got David Attenborough, and he's literally on his knees pleading for us to make a huge change in our lives, and you can see it happening.
As we see here, this is a time machine.
So if David Attenborough had a time machine, I'd trust him with it, because I think he'd go back and he'd be able to talk to the people that were in charge of the world back in like 1986, and they go, oh, we're going to do fracking, and then he goes, let's avoid that. Here's how you make your period sustainable. It'd be like, you've got 8 years in charge, I need you to achieve this. And then he does that, and then when it all kind of loops back around, we won't know about it, because it will be a different dimension, but he could effectively save an Earth.
Very true. Like I think I do like the idea of, if you give it to the right person, it'd be used for good. David Attenborough's a perfect person. Like, I'd trust him with my life. You know,
Never met him, but I trust him.
But he seems like such a nice guy. There's no way I could see David Attenborough being like, oh, I'm gonna like try and fuck everything up because I want like some single hand glory. You know, where some people would. And I think the people that are building the time machines at the moment are the ones that are looking towards having that. You know, I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. But I mean,
I don't think it's possible just yet. I've actually had a little bit of research land on my desk.
Go on then, fire.
About it being a one-way trip. What do you reckon, backwards or forwards?
What, for me?
Yeah.
Oh, forward.
You think forward is the one-way trip? You don't think you can time travel to the past?
No.
You think you can only go forward?
Don't get me wrong, I think the past is cool. You've got a lot of good qualities in the past, like, you know, probably like you know, partying in the 80s or something, or watching the millennium like hit or whatever, like when everyone was partying in like the new year. Like there's always like things back in the day you'd love to go and see, like maybe like the 50s or something, and all their like the culture, like their like vehicles and like the way they are,
the culture,
like that sort of sense,
the 60s, the 70s, the 80s.
That would be fun to go and look and go through. But I think at the same time, like the technology now, I would very much miss what we have now, like especially with like medicine and with like just everything. Like even we wouldn't be doing this now, you know.
No,
we would not be able to do this right now if we was back in time. In the future, we could probably video this in 2 seconds or do whatever and upload it straight away to, I don't know, the iWeb, because Apple will buy the internet. Do you know what I mean?
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like at the end of the day, like. And also, just to clarify, when Apple do that, I'm going to sue them because I've just come up with their ideas. So fuck
write
you.
it down.
So
if you call it the iWeb as well.
If you call it the iWeb, we're coming for you.
Absolutely.
That is literally, I'm going to take at least £30 off you.
30 quid.
They've got 30 quid. I need 30 quid.
30 quid every time somebody uses it.
Yes!
That's what I would take.
Genius.
Because how many Google searches a day? Like 3 billion?
I'm going to put some money on that. Bam. There's money on. There's 30 quid on that. So if they break it, that's it.
So we can.
I'm a millionaire.
We can currently, obviously, like we can time travel when we fly to other countries, right? That's like low level time travel.
Yeah, like that is like the low level.
When your phone changes time because you've flown to Spain, it's kind of time travel.
My plane is going 21 gigawatts. And then you know,
that's how that works.
Yeah. And then you go that way, and then you're in different. But then again, it's just different time zones, isn't it? It does kind of count.
It is and it isn't time travel. So we can time travel theoretically. The technology that we have and what we're working on, what they're saying is one day we'll be able to send a human into the future by travelling close to the speed of light. Would there be any way for a traveller to return using time dilation to the past? Probably not. So the problem we will have first is we'll be able to send somebody there, potentially. We won't know that they've gotten there. We just will. We will not know if they have managed to land in the future, because there is no way currently of sending a message to the past.
I think as well, I think the issue is how far you send somebody. So if you are going to send somebody in the future, have you got a grasp of how far in the future you're going to send them? Because I'll say this, if you send him in the future by a day, you'd have your results.
That is true. Anything like this, that is true.
Do you get what I mean?
Like 10 years.
So clearly, in my head, they've obviously got thinking of a way of doing it, but they've got no way of controlling it. Because if they had an idea of when they control it, because they could do that and then send the guy 300 years in the future.
Yeah, and then you're a bit fucked.
And then you're like, okay, I'll just wait 300 years for the results, you know. Like, they're not going to do that. Just going to think no offence, they're going to think he died or something. Because, especially as well, like all the atoms and stuff in your body and stuff, they might just deteriorate and it might not even send you in the future. They might never know if it actually works. But then if there's a way to control it, like for example, look at the DeLorean. It had the fucking template on it where they typed in where they want, like when they wanted to go, you know. But if they've not got a way of, like, if they find a way to control it, then I think they're going to be happy and dandy, because they could put a person in it, say Dave. Hi Dave, hello. I'm going to go into the future, and if they put it in, okay, let's say a couple of days. They just wait a couple of days, and if he's there, he's there. If he's not, then fucking...
it didn't work, did it?
Fucking work, did it? So, that's the way I would see it. But, again, it's very risky. Like, you'd have to be very brave to go in that machine and go in it.
Yeah, you'd have to be up for, like, losing everything.
You would look...
Because you would be travelling through space and time.
Yeah, more than likely as well. I don't think your body... Like, if you're going through the speed of light or doing whatever, like... It's a lot of pressure. I don't know if your body would take it. Like your body would just disintegrate.
I think you'd have to do it in space as well. I don't think you could achieve hitting the speed of light on planet Earth.
No,
because of the particles and the friction and obviously the air resistance. You'd have to build a rocket, do it in space. That again is a lot of money and also a lot of tests. It might and may not work. Yeah. And then you've probably got to send more than one person, maybe like a whole crew, onto the rocket to then fly at just under the speed of light to get it into the future. If you're going to do a jump into the future, you probably would want to do one day, but as you say, how do you, once you've gone through a worm, because they have to loop you around a wormhole to get the speed, to then boomerang you out, to hit that speed of light, to then enter into your own wormhole, and then jump out where? And when? Because obviously there isn't a map of space.
You've got no navigation. No, you've got no navigation.
And then if you come out anywhere in space, you've got to find your way back to where the meeting point potentially would be. Yeah. And if...
But is it instant as well? Like, do you just arrive like instantly like that to this new place, or does it take time to get there?
Well, if it takes more than 7 days and you're doing a 7-day trip, it probably isn't time travel. You might as well just wait.
Yeah, exactly.
So it needs to be momentary.
Yeah, it's very true.
But I think if you don't know the answer, is it sending somebody to death?
Yeah, I think I understand that probably people will be jumping on it because people will be like, I want to be the first time traveller. Like I think that's the greatest probably thing you could ever put onto your CV in your life. But
who would know? Because if somebody walked into this room now and went, I've come from 50 years in the past. You go, rehab's that way. Go and check yourself in. I'm sure they're waiting for you.
But what I'm saying is, I think if they were doing them sort of tests, then obviously they'd wait, and then if they came back and was like, "Oh, I'm 50 years from the past," then people would go back to the same people that sent them. So they would get recognition.
So there would be some kind of reports.
There would some reports and recognition. Like, the only problem is you do have is, like, for example, if a guy turned around and was like, "Oh, I'm from the past. I'm from 200 years," and then like they haven't had that report or mission in 200
Before
years,
it was papered.
that no one's ever going to know. You know, like, for example, if you sent someone now, sent them into the future, quotation mark, as a tester, and then you didn't get no reports back, and it didn't work, essentially, that in 200 years' time he pops out and goes, "Where the fuck am I?" And then goes, "Oh, I was sent by NASA 200 years ago, I got sent in the past, blah, blah, blah." Their reports on when they did that tester with him might still not be with them. Do you get what I mean? Like, because it's so far in the future that they might not even think about it, and they'll just disregard it.
Or it probably would be worse the other way around if somebody walks in and goes, "I'm from 2300," and you go, "Yep." Because there are people now that claim to be from the future, and they've come back to like give us some messages, and you think, okay, but if you, if you were in the future, why would you come to the past?
Yeah, fuck that. Like,
unless the message is real, unless they're trying to save us now.
yeah, but then at the same time, like you just said, like we have just said, whatever's going to happen with us, it's going to happen, and going back in time and trying to change it, quotation marks, might make things worse. But then at the same time, like you said, no one can come back because of time dilution and all that jazz. So.
No one can get here.
No one!
We can only go into the future.
I wouldn't want to go back anyway. Like, I feel like back is boring. Like, future is exciting and new. Like, yeah, I'd want to see like new technology and stuff and see what they can do with it.
I would say I'd probably prefer to go to the past than the future.
Really?
Yeah.
You like sort of.
But
the unknown is scary, or
no? I just don't like tech that much. I'd prefer to go and ride a horse. And be
you could go ride a horse now.
Yeah, but I can't really be a cowboy now.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Buy a cowboy hat for like a tenner off of eBay.
Unlike what you did.
Yeah, okay. Right. The story behind that one is that when me and Jack went to Vegas, I bought a £300
cowboy
hat
that you probably never worn.
No, I've worn it a couple of times.
In the bedroom? Why are you wearing that? I like it.
Yippee-ki-yay.
You don't call me Lee.
No,
it's just the background music, isn't it? With the bed frame going.
Get up. No, anyway, but yeah, you could do that now. You could go and ride a horse now.
I could if I moved to Texas.
But then, if in 300 years they might have spaceships, I could fly around spaceships. So
that is true.
And they would be like, for example, like now, if you really want to go in space or do anything like that, it's all like government controlled and all that jazz, isn't it? Like you can't really go flyer zoning and all that because like, you'll get shot down or whatever. But I mean, in the future, if they've got loads of spaceships and it's all a bit lenient and stuff, you'd be able to just like rent out a spaceship and fucking fly it like a car.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
So, if you travelled to the future, you decided to,
yeah,
and you met future you,
would it be like double jeopardy if I killed him? So like if I killed him and I took his life, I'd be able to live everything that he's doing because my name is Lee Karamez.
You got the same fingerprint, same eyes,
same everything. We're the same person.
I mean, if you really wanted to integrate yourself into that life, yeah. I mean, is it murder? If you got to the future and kill yourself.
Older Lee didn't get a choice. There is only one Lee that's allowed on this earth, and that's me.
Yeah, but would you not think he would have the same thought process?
Nah, because
there's only one Lee, and it's me.
He's probably old and fed up with having kids, so I mean, he'd probably want it. No.
Oh my god!
No, actually, to be fair,
I'm doing you a favour.
I think to be fair, I would just be like, I'd be happy just like chilling out on myself, and we'd just like, I don't know, play games and shit.
You're not having the best friend ever.
I'd go and find you when you're older as well. I'd go
find would you?
Yeah, you'd be living in a fucking mansion, mate.
No,
knock on the door.
I'm definitely being like some kind of flat.
Jack, get out of the fucking house!
I'm like, I can't hear from all these corridors.
And then your butler comes out. My name's Butler Jeeves. I'm Jack's butler. How may I help you?
He's not into us now. He's currently
He's currently having a wank.
in the garden.
In
Ah.
the garden.
I think I.
Call that spring cleaning. Hey,
Oh, turn the sprinklers on. I don't turn a sprinkler on, am I right? Oi!
I've actually got one little thing for you. Right, this is like a hypothetical. I love the idea, right, about us going and talking to our future selves. What if we had, I'd say we had a chance to travel in the future and meet our future selves, but we only get one question, and then you get zipped back to our own time.
Oh,
you only get
God.
one question to ask. So you could go to yourself, what happened here, and he tells you the whole thing, but then you instantly snap back to the present. So
Is my older self like? I think I'd have to assess. Is he okay? Like, is he healthy?
no, he's not dead. You're not going to fucking sit there and sit
No,
next
but
to
like,
a fucking
is he
grave
living in
being
a
like,
cardboard box?
I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do with your future. Like, that's
Okay.
up to you at the end of the day. If you want to live in a cardboard box, that's up to you. But I mean, what I will say is, like, it's just you meeting you and an older self. You'd be at their house or their whatever. You're not going to be homeless, Jack. Shut up. So
Okay,
like,
I would ask him. My one question would be: is the next thing I do, the next drastic change that I make, good?
yeah, I think that's a pretty good question.
I
Because
think
he would know, and he'd say he would be very vague probably and not tell you, but you would know for a fact that's what you need to do, and that'd help you.
yeah, he'd say something like, "Don't buy that car," or like, "Don't buy that house," and then I go, "Oh, okay." So when I go back and I'm like thinking about, or don't take that job.
Yeah,
Wait.
so for example, it would be a bit like, oh yeah, you take that job and then you're in a shitter position than you was at your old job,
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
I think that would be because then he would identify the next thing that he thought was shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, if that thing led to something amazing, he'd be like, just carry on. You'll make a mistake. That's fine. It gets better. Do you know what I mean? I think
but
he would be able
sometimes
to
having
help.
that advice and obviously him telling you that will be comforting enough, you know, to know that you're doing the right thing on the path that you're going to stay on if you do the right thing.
What would yours be?
Does it get bigger? And he says no. No.
Is this it?
Honestly, does it go any bigger? Because I cannot work with this. I cannot work with this.
Does it still work?
Does it fall off?
Does gonorrhea hurt?
Oh no. Oh, that's disgusting. No, I don't know. I'd probably ask if I've still got. No. Here's the question. I'd ask my future self if I've got a driver's license.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you? Would that be the only thing you care about?
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Fuck.
Doesn't matter about anything else.
I'm gonna make mistakes, right? Or I'll turn around and go, should I wear more condoms? Have you got 7 kids that I don't know about? It's like because
Who's the wife?
I think that'd be the main thing. Like, obviously, for me, I don't drive, and I've tried and everything else, but I haven't got myself back onto trying again. But then I always sit there and think, why if I never drive? And I don't want to be that person. So I want to see if my future self sorted that out, you know?
Yeah, fair.
Because then it'd be like, yeah, I did do it. High five me.
Yo! Fuck. Anyway.
Or I have like 75 kids and
You're a millionaire.
Yeah, well, not millionaire. That's probably I'll probably
Billionaire?
be poor. 'Cause I've given one- I've gave all-
If you can afford 75
That's
kids,
what I'm saying to you.
that's a Guinness World Record. That's a bit of cash. And also, if you can...
I'll probably be poor from the kids.
If people are still sleeping with you, if you have 75 kids, you must be a sugar daddy.
Yeah, baby. It's nice to know my future's in good hands.
Right, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, guys.
We are back next week with episode 22. We are on... I hate to say we are on the decline, but we are getting towards the end. I don't know what we're doing next. They've not told me.
No, they have not. They've not told me either.
But they've
never said anything to me.
They've said we're going out with a bang.
Oh, wow, I love that.
Have you put in a request for an episode? Have you put in like, one of your...
I put in a request for this one.
Okay.
I put in a request for the full Monty,
Right.
and
Yeah.
we're just getting our junk out, but no one can see because it's a podcast. And that's
My
it.
junk is out. Is yours not?
Okay, give me a second. Wait, no.
No, I have. I've got my top on and nothing else on.
Oh, that's just disturbing.
We're on Zoom, by the way.
Yeah, so much Zoom. So much Zoom. Give me the top pick.
This is the thing of like when you went to meetings in the pandemic.
This is like, you know, like half the people that you have meetings with, like in a conference call, and they're like, yep, okay, yeah, we're gonna get them stocks piled and this and that, and they're literally sitting there, no t-shirt, junk hanging out, fucking sitting there drinking their coffee, doing a fucking windmill while they're still talking to you.
You know when people like put on that like, oh, my camera's not working, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. They're just naked.
Yeah, they're just completely naked.
They're just naked.
Just to clarify.
And let that thought sit with you. Like when you next see that, imagine
and
that
your next
person.
thought should be Jack being completely butt naked while we've had this whole conversation.
Imagine having this chat with me. Right now.
Completely butt naked.
And I'm not got any clothes on.
No clothes.
And with that thought, see you next week.
See ya. Roll the credits.